Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Coin Lady channel. We discussed making XRP the primary trading pair on all of these US-based exchanges. That's how things are looking with the SEC going after every crypto exchange in the United States. We are receiving well notices. It's not rocket science or anything, right? The SEC is giving them advance warning of an impending lawsuit by serving them with a Wells notice. A Wells notice must specify the nature of the suit in order to give the defendant, the exchange in this case, a chance to respond in writing and hopefully resolve the matter quickly. The SEC, however, plays dirty as they always have and won't admit it or talk about it. If I were going to do something illegal and I needed a friend who wouldn't talk, I'd pick someone from the Southeastern Conference SEC because they know how to keep their mouths shut. However, we shall discuss this further. John Deaton is going to give a talk now. Craig DeWitt and Joel Katz are going to give us their thoughts. This video shows a comment about systemic risk is about to be made, and we'll be hearing it from Bank of America. The video appears to have been produced by Bank of America. It's going to take a while because there's a lot to cover. Okay, let's get this done. As we check out the costs. I don't know, folks. It appears that there is a slight tinge of green beginning to appear. Once again, I anticipate seeing XRP trade at 44 cents, which is the price of a tiny puppet. At this time, it has gained roughly 0.5%. Within the past 60 minutes, ASK has climbed back up from 91 cents to its current level of 99 cents. I'm very interested in watching it. 27,586 Bitcoins. Version 1756 of the Ethereum blockchain. The value of all crypto assets is currently around $1,173 billion. The absolute prevalence of Bitcoin, 45.44%. less gold was dug up, from 0.47% to 0.44%. What happens to all the other cryptocurrencies will be fascinating to watch. About 246 coins are available to trade on the Coinbase platform. The big question is why, and you have to admit it's interesting to see Tron trading down only 8%. When it comes to these tokens, the big question is whether or not the SEC will file a lawsuit. Legal action against the marketplaces is planned. There are legal guarantees, so we can be sure of that. Is it true that they intend to steal the tokens? To what do my forecasts amount? Charles Hoskins, it has been predicted for the past 2 years, will receive a heartfelt letter of congratulations from the venerable Southeastern Conference. He's aware of his actions. I'm aware of his actions. His actions were widely publicized. That, of course, was Coinbase's top lawyer talking. This was discussed in the video from this morning. However, I'd like to address this issue now. He claims that the SEC and the CFTC disagree on what constitutes a security and what constitutes a commodity. To give just one example, the head of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission CFTC has said Ethereum is the commodity, while the head of the Securities and Exchange Commission SEC has hinted Ethereum might be a security, even while giving us fair warning. Assets that cause the SEC concern won't be named, nor will the SEC say which specific arguments against staking are incorrect. Instead, we were told to take the statements made about the chairs as a whole. I mean, come on, how ridiculous is that? We have asked for a rulebook, but it is difficult to toss the sector of the economy along with it when there is no rulebook and the people responsible for the rulebook cannot agree on what the rulebook should say. Where do we go from here? So, we use the judicial system to begin clarifying the legal landscape for the crypto industry in the United States. Our best hope of getting the regulatory clarity that the industry needs may be the establishment of some case law. The Wells are next on his list. Interesting observation, where were you when Ripple was having this fight? To put it bluntly, you did nothing until it was too late. Moreover, I believe that the only reason you took action was because you knew the SEC was coming after you. That's why you tuck a note inside. Listen. Cryptocurrency should replace Web 2.0, I fully support this notion. I'm a total crypto nut. I have spent the last 5 or 6 years learning about and working with cryptography, and I intend to continue doing so for at least another 5 or 6 years. But what really gets under my skin is that none of these businesses, none of these exchanges, were there when Ripple was going through the gauntlet and all of this was happening. The answer is no to all of these. Reverse the ripple effect. None of them grabbed anyone's attention. No one promised, "I've got your back. I'll be right there beside you. We're here to lend a hand. There will be conflict between us and you. We've decided to give you a financial gift. We'll be lending a hand in the legal department." No action was taken. However, they realize now that they are in the same boat. And it sounds very similar to crying. Right. I just can't believe the SEC would do this to us. We had arranged to meet with them. This has all been said and done before. Ripple mimicked this behavior. Essentially the same. But as I've been saying about Ripple XRP, the SEC's continued attacks mean that their wait time in court will increase from 2 years to 2.5. Well, now we know. Today, we filed charges against Justin Sun, a cryptocurrency entrepreneur, and 3 of his wholly owned companies for the unlawful distribution of Tronix and BitTorrent. Take the time to learn more. In addition, they make 8 famous people promote it for a fee. Here it is. All the famous people are right here. The tweets are available below. Discovery of Lindsay Lohan by Clearly, you have a soft spot for Sun and their unlimited data plans. I applaud your efforts, Justin Sun. When the price reaches 50 cents, Lil Yachty will get inked. In this episode, Jake Paul travels to the moon. Sun Justin me yo. How does one define the perfect crypto bag? BT obviously. No one ever imagined that a T-Rex would make a good crypto bag. In spite of the lawsuits, the fact remains that these people were compensated for promoting shitcoins. However, let me ask a question. Even though Justin Sun does not reside in the United States, the FCC has decided to sue him. Do you really believe he will pay them back? Do you really think he gives a hoot if he visits the United States again or not? No. No. However, you know what? Truthfully, I think the bigger issue here is that the FCC is preparing to take a loss or partial loss, something that will damage the reputation they have worked so hard to build as the mighty FCC that never loses. They are about to suffer a serious poundage loss, in my opinion. Just what are they up to, then? As many lawsuits as possible have been filed against them. For the simple reason that I can watch Gary do his press conference, podcast, or whatever the hell he does right now. Also, he mentions that this year we have filed over 40 lawsuits, and we have won 39 of them. He looks great, but he'll look bad on the terraces if he says they only sent out 5 players and only 4 of them are successful. On Wednesday, Gary will testify before a House committee about his proposed budget. This will be his first time testifying in front of the House. The next few minutes should prove to be quite fascinating. The information was intriguing to hear. A strong desire to observe it. He has finally shown up. I have Melly and John Deaton right here. Pay attention. When I say that so many of us are irritated that you have a congressional oversight hearing, I know that I speak for a large number of people. There are senators involved in banking matters. It seems like this guy can treat it like an invitation to a birthday party and then make a decision about whether or not to participate in oversight, despite the fact that you have representatives in the House in Congress. I'm passing on that option. Oh no, the Democrats have taken power. That's the one for me. The questions and answers for that one will be sent to me by Elizabeth Warren. But I can never seem to figure out where it's headed. You lead the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission as its chief executive. Have a seat and answer some questions already. Justify your presence and your population of 2.4 billion. Justify your actions by claiming they will keep people safe or contribute to the growth of the economy. It's just so irritating to me. We've never seen a guy who just shrugs off the mistake, so I know I'm not alone in my exasperation. And so, listen, I know nobody's listening to me, Butch. It's admirable that John spoke his mind. The truth is, he's absolutely correct. $2.40 billion. Man, come to a halt, do your duty, and respond to the queries. It's really not that complicated. It's not crypto at all. Not like cryptography just turned 1 this year. The history of cryptography spans more than a decade. You ought to be able to take a seat. And without batting an eye, take a look at the top 10 cryptocurrencies currently in circulation, and you'll see that they all prioritize security. Right. However, no need to fret. We'll hold off on this for the time being. Have no fear. What would happen if the SEC actually tried to hurt American investors, according to David Schwartz? Don't make me think about it. Back when it dropped my precious XRP to 17 cents, 2.5 years ago, I felt the pain. If they try to harm us, I don't want to know how it feels. People, that is a complete farce. According to Craig DeWitt, XRP has a chance of becoming one of the few assets available for trading in the United States as a result of the SEC's approval of Coinbase's Wells notes and the possibility of a large Ripple court win. In a word, hell yes. Take note of this, dude. You should definitely follow his tweets. Claims that statement is illogical. According to Craig DeWitt, if Ripple is successful, XRP will be the only cryptocurrency with clear legal status in the United States. Given the current uncertainty surrounding which assets exchanges are allowed to list, the XRP pending legal clarity has far-reaching implications. According to Craig, it won't be too difficult for others to replicate his success. The current rates, the $100 million price tag plus 2 years plus 2.5 years, and the line is only going to get longer as more court cases are opened. Who else besides Ripple has $100 million plus an in-house legal team that functions like the offensive line of the National Football League? The case took 2.5 years to resolve because so many people at Ripple were working on it from every possible angle. This will take as long as the SEC wants it to happen. What do you think will happen to XRP price if it quickly becomes the most popular cryptocurrency traded on exchanges? Put that question to yourself and share your thoughts in the comment section. In the end, please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.